All right. Yo, what's great, everybody? Today's a beautiful day. It's a day we never seen before, and a day we'll never ever see again. It's your boy Eddie One Take back with another video for the trappers, man. If you're new to the page, welcome to the channel. This is trading for the trappers. You know what I'm saying? And if you've been here before, you already know how this go, man. We getting straight to the money, on. I'm going to be going over a trade that we took last week. If you didn't catch this trade, then that means you're not plugged into the Discord. So what you want to do is go ahead and click the link in this description. Get into the free Discord. It's all about community building. We not in there selling nothing. We ain't in there recruiting, none of that shit, man. If you just want to tap in with some trappers that's hustling, grinding, learning, profiting, you already know, man. Free invitation, link in the description. But let's get straight to it, man. This video is basically going to be a recap video. As you can see, we caught 51 pips last week. We only took one trade last week, but we caught 51 pips. And currently, this is the flip challenge from $20 to $100. So right now, I think we down like 20-something% on the account. So from 20 to like 16 or something like that. We dropped down to like $9 and then brought it back up with this trade. So we're gonna do this trade. We're gonna analyze this trade, how I took it, why I took it, and then hopefully you can get some insight. You might be making some mistakes on the charts, and this may help you to avoid some of those mistakes, man. So what we're gonna do is just start with a blank chart, and I'm zoomed out, right? First thing I do is I come to my chart, clean chart, nothing on it. And if you're new to trading or you haven't really, made too much profit, I want to let you know, like, when you first start out, you're going to think you need all the bells and whistles. You're going to think you need, like, all of the indicators. Where are they? I don't even know where they are because I barely use them anymore. But you're going to think you need all of these indicators, all of these things, right? Like, if your chart looks like this, man, it's so hard to see what's going on, right? And then the thing about the indicators is they are delayed compared to price action. So first the price has to move, and then this data populates, right? This data doesn't populate until the price moves. So when I first got into trading, I used to I used to think all this shit helped, and it does help, to each their own. But for me personally, this is all I need, right? Price action. So I start on the higher time frame, right? And I said all that to say, make sure your chart is clear. If you want to follow along, just do exactly what I do in this video. Watch this a few times, and it'll start to make sense. It'll start to click. You'll start to see it. But let's continue, man. So I start on a daily time frame, right? I used to get on the charts and go down to the smaller time frame, like the hour through the 5 minute, even the 1 minute, right? Now, if I'm on a 1 minute chart, like every single one of these candles equals 1 minute. And you can see like there is a lot of movement on a 1 minute candle, right? I want to go to the daily. It was really difficult for me to develop a higher time frame mindset, because I was like, I'm not trading on these time frames, so why am I looking at it? But that's when I was an inexperienced trader. Like, I didn't really understand why people were looking at the higher time frames until I learned that the banks, the people with all of the money, the people that create the trends and make the market move, they are trading from higher time frames, right? They're not trading from the minute. They may execute on smaller time frames, but they are trading from the higher time frame. So if you want to be in line with the bank, or, like people say, trade like with smart money. I don't really use those concepts, but if you want to, do what the real money is doing, then you want to start on a higher time frame. All right, cool. That's my higher time frame rant. But what I do is I come to the markets and I look at, just what I see. And to be honest with you, bruh, it's pretty obvious. Like, we don't got to overcomplicate it. Let's just draw it out, right? Don't overcomplicate it and try to see what's not there. We can see the price is at a low. It goes high. It drops down a little lower, but not as low as before. And then what does it do? It goes a little higher, drops down a little lower, not as low as before. Goes a little higher, drops a little low, higher, drops down a little lower, goes a little higher, drops a little lower. And even though this market is dropping, right? You can see it's dropping. It's just not dropping down as far as this, right? And then it continues to make higher highs and then higher lows and then higher highs and then higher lows. So if you watched any of my other videos when we covered the basics, like what a bearish trend is and what a bullish trend is, man, you can identify that this is a bullish trend because of higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. See how the price is higher than the last? Higher highs. This is how you can identify what trend it's in. And again, this video might be a little bit long, man. This is a breakdown video, and I'm trying to make it a little bit educational. So bear with me, man. I'll make sure I probably like do the chapters and shit like that, but bear with me. All right, so boom, we got our higher highs, and I'm not gonna do all of this because I want to get to the trade, but you can see higher highs and higher lows, right? A series of higher highs and higher lows. And from the other video, you can go back and watch it. An uptrend or a bullish trend is the price moving higher and higher over a period of time. So you can see since 2020, this price has been just going up, right? All right, so that didn't really take too much to identify, right? We can see it's just clear, like where's the price going overall, right? We see this like a little drop here, cool, but overall it's going up, right? Now, excuse me. Now, what I want to do is once I identify the trend, I see GBPJPY overall is in an uptrend, right? What I'm gonna do is zoom into like what's relevant, right? And when I say what's relevant, I mean like what's going on within a year. I'm on a daily time frame, so like, you know, this covers a lot of time on the market. This is since June 2023, right? So since June 2023, this is over a year's worth of movement in the market. So I can see that all back here, the price was steady rising up, right? And then it dramatically dropped here. Then it went up, it dropped again, and it went up, it dropped again, it went up, it dropped again. So the first thing we analyzed was that the market was in an uptrend from back here, right? Even though we had this dip, it was in a short-term downtrend. We can still see the prices creating higher highs, selling off. But let's get into it, right? Why did we take the trade from last week? Why did we take this trade right here? What made us take this trade right here? All right, trading view trying to sell me. Cool. So what made us take this trade? Let's get into it. All right, cool. I hope you learned it, man. If you getting some value, make sure you leave a like, man. I try to make this shit so simple, bro, because when I was learning, it was very overcomplicated. People were selling mad courses, trying to get you into memberships and all that shit. And I did it. So I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do it. It's cool, but you don't have to do it. Trust me. So I'm going to make it simple. All right, cool. Now, we on the daily time frame. What I focus on is the trend, the market structure, and key levels. Shout out to my boy Wealthy Pips, man. His patented TSK strategy is definitely one to look into, man. I ain't gonna teach it here, but you know, I'll show you what it can do. So the first thing I look at is the trend. I can see that overall the trend was going up, right? And then we had some drops down. Now I can see that there's an area on this price where, you know, the market went up and it just had a hard time breaking back below. You can tell from like the rejections in the wicks. So if we just look right here, you see how all these candles just continuously go up, right? It's just straight up. It broke through a zone. And then the market, once it breaks through a zone, is going to want to retest a specific area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight a key level to start to identify market structure, right? I'm going to draw this key level where I see like the price went up, it dropped down and rejected, it dropped down and rejected, it dropped down and rejected, right? So wherever I get majority of those touches is where I'm going to put it. So I see at 625, 178625. Let me see how this looks real quick. All right, cool. So 178650. Key levels, like how to get them exactly, I'll probably cover in another video. But in this video, I'm just going over how we took this trade. So I marked off my key levels, and I can see once the price broke through here, it's a very, very clear break. It is a very, very, very clear break. All right. Let me highlight this for y'all. All right, cool. So we see this right here. The price came down and then it dramatically broke up. See this candle right here? It broke and it closed above that 17865 price. That's my indication that price is continuing to move up because it broke through a key level. It didn't reject it. It broke through it, right? Has it ever rejected that key level before? Let's check in the past. When I draw a key level out and, you know, it hits an area, I see it doing something at an area a couple times, I just go back in the past. So I see it broke through. When it got to this, back to this price point to retest it, it rejected it and it created a higher high. When it got back to this price point again, what did it do? It rejected it, came back and made a higher high. When it got back down to this price point, what did it do? Rejected it, and it kept rejecting it, and it made a higher high. So let me look in the past to see if that's ever happened again. I can see before that the price, when it came up, it threw a wick, but it did not close above the price, and it rejected it, and it started to fall. And then the price finally broke through. So you can see, I want y'all to see, man, if the price wants to break through, it will break through. It's not gonna like act like it wants to break through and it doesn't break through. If it doesn't want to break through, you will see this. You will see rejection. It will go and touch the price, but it will not break the price how it did right here. Right? Let's look back into the future. So we could see it broke below here, right? People started selling and they lost their money. The price went back up. It broke above, right? People started buying. They lost their money. The price came back down. That's why you want to wait for the breaks and closes. And the retest is where you get in. So even though this broke and I seen it come back down and touch, I would have waited for a retest. It didn't retest and start going back up. It gave me a candle to the downside. So now, you know, I know I'm looking for a buy, but I'm just moving with the market's conditions. I'm seeing that it broke that back down below. I would wait for the retest. It got back to this price and it broke back above. So you can see all of this. I'm not going to be trading it, but we could also see how much reaction is at this price line. And then finally we got a breakthrough and it just shoots away. And then you can see it just rejects it until it finally breaks through. And then look, here goes your retest right here. And I'm on the daily too, so I wouldn't trade this. I wouldn't enter on this price on this time frame, but you can see the price came down. This was your retest. Never went high as this. 1, 2, 3. There's your trade right there. We could pinpoint that too. That's another trade, but let's get to the trade that we took last week. All right, man. That's some key levels and structure and things like that, man. So I'm on a daily time frame. I got my key level marked, or one of my key levels marked. And then I'm just going to go to what's recent right now. So I could see, you know, the price was high up here, obviously. Right? What's this? 208, 120, 208, 120. All right, cool. 208, 120. And then I can see once the price broke down, here is where it just wasn't trying to break back above, right? It went up, came down, went up, came down, but it's just really not trying to break above that. So I'm gonna put this here. The reason why I put this here is because I see this as a key level. Why do I see it as a key level? 198.90. You know, the whole numbers. Again, it's something I'll go into depth on another video, but I got it at a key level. And if you want to, you know, if you want that in-depth video, make sure you comment, man. All right, so that 198.90, if we could see the price went up, broke below, went up, broke below. It was not trying to go back above after the break of structure right here. After the break and close right there. Let me zoom in for y'all. See how the market broke below that price and it closed below that price and it came down, and then what did it do? It retested. This is what we waiting for. It did that there. It broke above there. Right here. It broke above with this candle. How do we know? Because look, this wicked it. It didn't break above. It touched it, but it came back down. This broke and closed above that key level. And then what did it do? Came back to retest it, reject it. Came back to retest, it broke and it closed below. So if this was to happen, we would have waited for the retest. This was the retest candle, but it broke back above this key level and then it retested it, right? So you can see where you could have entered, but that's the key level for me. I see the price is not trying to break back above that right now. So then what do I do next? You see how I'm just honing in and closing the price down where these lows and these highs are. Let's see, what did I do? All right, so this is what I did, right? I see it's a key level right here because the price wasn't trying to break through. And then the whole numbers again. So 183.10. And then I see some more structure right here. 109. Let's do 109.50. Let's see how that is. Cool. 195.00. All right, so we could see, man, breakthrough, break above, consolidate in that area a little bit, break back below, break back above, retest, right? And again, I'm still on the daily time frame, right? My bias is an uptrend because since what 2020 we've been having higher highs and higher lows. It's been going up and down. The market condition right now is looking like a sell. So why did I get in for a buy here? Let's figure it out. See 190.50. All right, cool. 190.50. So you can see, look, I have not added any indicators. I haven't done anything special. I'm working with candlesticks and pure price action. I'm looking at where these zones are being formed at, the market structure, and how prices react to certain levels. Keeping it very, 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 very simple, man. Do not overcomplicate it. You don't need 1,000 things on your charts, man. You just need price action. The price is going to tell you what's going on. All right, cool. So you can see I'm drawing these zones out. And then I'm drawing this zone here because you see when the price got down to 183.10, it rejected. It got back close to that, it rejected. How did it act at this price before? Let's check the past. Broke below, tried to go up, rejected. Tried to go up again, rejected. And then finally broke back above. When it finally broke back above, it retested and it continued to go up. So since it broke above here, it has not gone and closed back below that price. To me, that still shows uptrend. So whenever I'm looking for buys in the market, I'm looking for this kind of pattern, right? Cool. And then whenever I'm looking for sells in the market, I'm looking for this kind of pattern. Excuse me. Excuse me again. All right, cool. I'm looking for this kind of pattern, right? M's and W's. M's for sells, W's for buys. So I see this has formed a W. Why? Because the price came down here, rejected, pulled back up, tried to attempt to come back down and rejected again. And then it started pulling away. So by me seeing that, what was it? Thursday? Let me do the replay so we could just, I took that on Thursday, I think. Pretty sure it was Thursday. All right, cool. So this is what was happening with price at the time. Now, me seeing that the price broke through right here, that was my indication candle. Like, okay, the price broke through a key level, 190.50. If it comes back to this level and it doesn't, you see, it had a little break and close below, I would have been waiting for the retest. This would have been the retest candle. It closed back above. And then this candle retested 1950. And you can see this last candle shot up. So there was a rejection at this 1950 level. Now, with me seeing that, I seen the price went to another key level, 198.90. It rejected the break above that since here. It rejected the break above that, symbolized by this circle where it broke below, and then this yellow box where it's touching, but it's just rejecting it, right? You see how it's trying to go up, it's rejecting. It broke above a little bit, but it's rejecting. So as price started to fall back down, I am waiting for it to touch this 1950 level. I dropped down to my 4-hour now. All of that was done on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see. So this is me on Thursday. I'm seeing how price broke above right here. It retested here, shot up, retested here, shot up, retested here, shot up. It's not trying to break through. So me seeing that, I'm just going to go with what the market is showing me, right? Whatever happens in the past is usually going to happen again in the future. So I'm just going to highlight that area of 190.50. Now I'm on a 4-hour time frame. I'm pretty sure I had some more zones marked, like this right here, 192.20. Let's do 193.50, and we can do 195. All right, cool. So I got some key levels marked. Now this lets me know where I'm gonna be going, since my bias is already a buy from the higher time frame. And I can see, let me draw another key level here. All right, cool. 191.50. 191.50. 100 pips away from the key level that we're interested in, right? So I could see it didn't want to come down to this 1950 area, close below, right? And then it closed back above. It closed below and then it closed back above. Now this close above is what I would be paying attention to. All right, cool. Make sure we on the same. Yep. All right, cool. Hold on. All right. So what day was this? Wednesday? Damn, I took that on Friday. My days are off, y'all. All right. Let me fast forward a little bit. So this is Wednesday. And you can see how the price is just, right? I'm being patient. I'm not taking trades any of these days. I'm just being patient. So boom, you see how that happens? Thursday they woke up and they had people in the buying. Some people made money, but the people who were holding, they got their money snatched. And then where did the price go? To a key level, 1950. Telling y'all, cannot make this shit up. The price you can see now is testing 1950, 190.5. You can see how it's just not trying to break below that, right? You got a little break there, but look how the price just is trying to go back up, right? Now it breaks back above that zone, breaks back down below that zone, right? But you can see it's just not trying to break and close and stay below it. So now I see this happen. I'm waiting for the retest. But you know, I'm not really getting the retest because it's breaking below, and I'm just waiting to see, all right, what are you gonna do? So you see it's just playing around, right? Now I see all of that. What was that, Friday? Yeah. Is that the candle we took it on? Yeah, so we took it from here. So I was looking for the buy there. Let me drop down to a smaller time frame. So now when I do all of that, I got my confirmation from the daily. I got my confirmation from the 4 hour, from the hour, showing it's not really trying to break below. Then I drop down to like the 15-minute, 5-minute areas for my execution. So this was the trade right here. I'm seeing price just not break below this zone, this area, this like 190.20 and 190.80 area. It's just not breaking it, right? So once I see price hit my 1950 and I see, you know, it retesting a little bit at the structure, I'm like, okay, you know what? This shot up. You can see I didn't get it exactly at the 190.50. I got in at 190.57. So 7 pips off. Long position, 190.57. Boom. I got in there once I seen, you know, I was confident in price. My stop loss, 30 pip stop loss was here. So I'm risking 30 pips on this. And then I was going for 50. My next zone from 1950 would have been, or 190.50 would have been 191. And then you can see that's roughly 42 pips. I went for 50 pips though. So, you know, I always go for 50 pips. So you can see, let me run it back. You can see I got in here. Boom, I got in. Price came down. Was in a little bit of drawdown, not too much. You see price just not wanting to go back down. And then we are in and out of this trade. Hit TP right here. That's how we made this. That's how we made this 540 or 550 pips, 51 pips. That's how we made that. And then if I play it out, you know what happened for the rest of the time. You can see the price came back down to that zone. But what does it do when it comes back down to that zone? Usually what it did in the past, as we can see, it's just playing in that area. Never hit our stop loss though. Came close, but never hit our stop loss. And then started pulling away. So that's where we are right now, man. That's how we took that trade. Going in for next week, man, we're gonna do a weekly outlook on tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'll do a weekly outlook, see what we're looking at, a couple of pairs. But if you want to catch 50 pips on GBPJPY, this is how I did it. Top down analysis from the daily, 4 hour, one hour, down to the 5 minute where I executed. You could have even came back down on it, man. So much money to be made in these markets, man. But that's my video, y'all. Eddie One Take. I'm signing out. We caught GBPJPY, showing y'all the $20, showing y'all the $20 to $100 flip, man. Let's turn up, man. Let's get rich together. You know what's going on. It's your boy Eddie One Take, trading for the trappers. If you want to catch more of these trades in these videos, man, they'll be in the Discord. Link in the description. I'm under the weather right now, man, but you already know I'm a hustler. Ain't nothing, man. My immune system working. You heard? Signing out, y'all. Deuces. Let's get it.